Big animals are a defining feature of the Amazon, adding to its unique vibe. Some of these creatures are so massive, they seem almost monstrous. Here are the 10 largest, most monstrous animals ever discovered in the Amazon. Green anaconda. So, where should we start with these monstrous creatures? Well, you can't go wrong with a snake, especially one as infamous as the green anaconda. If Indiana Jones has an aversion to them, you can bet others do too. The green anaconda is not just any snake, it's one of the largest and heaviest snakes in the world. These giants can reach lengths of over 7 meters and weigh up to 277 kilograms. And while those are impressive numbers, they're based on measured specimens. There could be even bigger ones out there waiting to be discovered. What makes the green anaconda truly monstrous is its role as an apex predator. It has no natural enemies and can consume just about anything it wants. These snakes are notorious for swallowing their prey whole, even if it's much larger than their head. They can unhinge their jaws to force their meal inside. So, if you spot a green anaconda in the Amazon with a massive bulge in its stomach, it's likely digesting a recent meal. Another terrifying aspect of the green anaconda is its versatility. It can thrive on land, in rivers, and even climb trees to hunt. Essentially, nothing is out of reach for this predator. Fortunately, they don't typically prey on humans, so as long as you don't provoke them, you should be safe if you encounter one in the Amazon. Arapima. The Arapima holds the title of the largest freshwater fish in the world, reaching lengths of up to 3 meters. So, if you ever hook one, that's a big catch, definitely rings true. But what really makes this fish a giant isn't just its size, though that's impressive enough. The true marvel lies in its armor. Yes, this fish is armored. Its scales feature a tough, mineralized outer layer with a corrugated texture, and beneath that are multiple layers of collagen fibers arranged in a specific pattern. This unique construction makes its outer body as hard as, if not harder than, plywood. Despite its heavy armor, the Arapima remains incredibly flexible and agile in the water. Interestingly, although it lives in freshwater, it requires surface oxygen to survive, so it must frequently surface to breathe. Giant river otter. Let's shift our focus to a creature that's not quite as monstrous as some of the others I'll be covering. In fact, it was given the title of monster by humans, and as a result, it's now teetering on the brink of extinction. I'm referring to the giant river otter. These impressive animals can reach up to 1.8 meters in length, making them the largest otter species. Despite their size, they have a sophisticated social structure and are not as threatening as they're often perceived. However, this misconception didn't prevent them from being hunted. Initially targeted as nuisances, they were later pursued for their valuable pelts, leading to their drastic decline. Today, it's believed that fewer than 5,000 giant river otters remain. It's a tragic outcome driven by human prejudice and profit-driven motives. If we're not careful, such actions could spell disaster for many more species in the future. Jaguars. It's not surprising to find a big cat in the Amazon rainforest, or even several. After all, why wouldn't there be? The twist is that the jaguar is the only big cat native to both North and South America. Mountain lions don't count. To put things in perspective, the jaguar ranks as the third largest big cat, following the lion and the tiger. What sets jaguars apart from lions and tigers is their solitary nature and hunting style. Unlike lions and tigers, jaguars live alone and do not form groups or prides. They're also excellent swimmers, which contributes to their apex predator status in the Amazon. Jaguars are known to challenge even other apex predators when they feel daring. With their sleek bodies and powerful jaws, they can move swiftly and take down prey with just a few bites. So, crossing paths with a jaguar could be a very dangerous encounter. Harpy eagle. While birds may not be the most significant threats in the Amazon rainforest, it's important to note that there are plenty to discover if you know where to look. Many of these are simply beautiful exotic species, but then there's the harpy eagle. This massive eagle is one of the largest in the world and stands out as a top predator of the Amazon. With its powerful talons, it can swoop down and snatch its prey before the creature even knows what's happening. These talons can exert several hundred kilograms of pressure, capable of crushing bones and killing instantly. Remarkably, harpy eagles can live up to 35 years, making them a persistent and formidable presence in the forest. While humans aren't typically at risk from them, it's probably best not to test your luck. I certainly wouldn't recommend it. Amazonian manatee. You might be surprised to see this creature on the list. Although the Amazonian manatee might not be what you'd typically consider a monster, it's undeniably large and has attracted unwanted attention, contributing to its endangered status. Found throughout the Amazon basin in countries like Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Brazil, these manatees inhabit freshwater oxbows, blackwater lakes, and lagoons connected to major rivers and rich in aquatic vegetation. Despite being gentle giants that pose no threat to humans, they have been hunted extensively, which has led to their vulnerable status today. Additionally, tracking their population is challenging, so their exact numbers remain uncertain. Giant Aneater. While an ant might see a giant anteater as a fearsome monster, should humans view it the same way? The answer depends on how you define the monsters that frighten you. The giant anteater, indeed a giant among its relatives and roughly the size of a golden retriever, possesses a remarkable sense of smell. This sense is not only significantly more powerful than a human's, but it's actually about 40 times more acute. This extraordinary olfactory ability helps it locate anthills, which are its favorite snacks. Interestingly, despite its size and strength, the giant anteater is vulnerable to ant bites. It typically feeds on an anthill for just about a minute, taking advantage of the element of surprise before moving on. Electric eel. Next up, we have another legendary river monster that is both an impressive threat and possibly less dangerous than you might think. The electric eel truly lives up to its name with its remarkable electrical abilities. Inside its body, it houses specialized organs that can generate an electrical charge of up to 650 volts, more than the average wall socket in your home. Some reports even suggest it can exceed 800 volts. It's astonishing, I know, but here's the question: is this charge deadly? The answer depends on the situation. This eel, which isn't actually a true eel, uses water to amplify its electrical discharge to stun or potentially kill prey or predators. So, can it kill a human? Not necessarily. It generally won't attack humans unless provoked, and even then, if you're fully submerged in the water and in poor health, you might just experience a strong shock or a temporary stun. Talk about a shocking experience, right? Giant stingray. Here's a creature that's certainly massive and could pose a threat to humans if provoked, but generally, the giant stingray prefers to be left alone as it roams through rivers and other bodies of water. The largest specimen ever recorded wasn't from South America, but from Asia, measuring an impressive 4 meters long and weighing over 300 kilograms. Just imagine how long its stinger must be. And yes, its stinger is indeed something to be cautious of, as it contains toxins that can harm humans. However, these stingrays aren't aggressive by nature. If you avoid disturbing them, you have little to worry about regarding being stung. So, the key takeaway is to exercise caution, and you should be fine, until you make a poor decision, at which point that stinger could potentially pierce through you, even reaching your bones. Giant armadillo. If the sight of a giant armadillo sends you into a panic, then you might be easily startled. I mean, a giant armadillo isn't exactly the kind of creature that should make you lose sleep on a regular basis. So, why is it on our list? Well, it's all in the name. Giant does tend to grab attention. We do need to raise our standards for what counts as a monster here. Just how big is this armadillo? It can grow up to 100 centimeters long and weigh as much as 54 kilograms, so yes, it's quite large. However, its size alone doesn't warrant immediate fear. For context, the giant armadillo primarily feeds on termites and ants, often consuming an entire termite mound. This makes it somewhat more aggressive compared to the anteater and gives you an idea of its hearty appetite. We hope you enjoyed our video. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content like this. Thanks for watching.